let's just get to the business of actually supporting the fact that as I have been working on my own presentation, showing up for myself, I've been doing this work. I didn't just come and throw myself into it. It wasn't a one and done. It wasn't like a DIY. These are 3 steps. Buy these 3, buy these 3 things and then put them together. Like, this wasn't that. This is not that. Right? This is a consistent commitment to a healing process that is uncomfortable, that gets loud, that has gotten to a space where you thought you were out of your entire mind and you're about to break all types of sanity codes that you yourself put into place just to get out of a situation that's supposed to be, according to the people, for your good. And you're trying to figure out how, where, when, and when does it stop, and when I have free will. So let's just get this out the way, as in I don't want it. But in the running, you dismiss the lesson. And in dismissing the lesson, you dismiss the blessing. And dismissing the blessing, you dismiss your growth. And if you're going to dismiss your growth, then what was the purpose of being here in the first place if you continue this course of action? But you didn't continue this course of action. You chose to say, okay, I don't like this, so I'm going to take it in parts because 1, I have free will. 2, if I'm going to go with this, my chances of failure are going to be heightened if I keep skirting it, running, ducking, and dodging. So how about I just move through one small step at a time? How about I offer myself grace, because God has already given me grace. And although I'm not really thinking about God while I'm going through this situation, the grace that's afforded me is still with me because the love of God covers me. And even though I'm not thinking about that while I'm moving through this practice, I remember words of people that look like me, that they have said things and it stuck with me, and their words are coming back. Why? Because that's how the love of God works. So even if you're not giving credit to God, God is steady, because remember, God doesn't need us. So that the consistency of that is steady. And that's why it's awesome. So yeah, you go through this like, oh, I was just there observing and it didn't bother me. Yeah, you know why? Because you're up leveling the vibration within you. It's not anymore of the external factors. And if I have this, and if this runs into proper placement, and if these things are aligned, then I have it, and I'm happy, and I got this, and I'm confident. No. No. That's fleeting. That's temporary. Why would you want to go with temporary when you can go with consistent anytime, all time, every time, each time, whenever time, in any situation? Why don't we go for that, right? Why don't we utilize the substitution the way it's been meant for us to utilize it? Why don't we stop violating it and taking what we have in our carnal consciousness and what looks so great and yes, and yeah. And then when it falls not in perfect space and there are gaps and we start losing our mind quietly, we start losing our mind loudly, then we start looking at people that can agree with us and say, right. Carnal, conscious community. This doesn't make any sense. Right. Judging it, right? Condemning it. Yeah. Forgetting that, hi. This is you too. Not even understanding that what you're seeing is a mirror into you. But you can't see yourself this way. So we're going to present you with an aspect of this. Maybe the intensities are different. But we're going to present you with an aspect of you and see how you deal with this, how you come to a thought. Where are you? And if you're condemning it like that, and you're so angry and you're so angstful and you're so remiss from patience, like that's not even the word you're looking to entertain, then this is where we want you to hold yourself accountable. You're in the space where you've been aligned with, I'm going to choose to go with the healing. And this is not easy for me. I'm going to go through the tears while I walk through this. That's because the love that shrouds you is moving more and more deeper into you because you have agreed to soften, to permit. Everything needs permission. You're permitting to allow. And now you're fabulous at your recognition. Now you can, oh, look, I'm steady. They're going bananas, you steady. They're arguing in your midst. You have enough presence of right mind to understand this is not your norm, everybody. And nobody's paying attention. This is from the energetic exchange that we just shared in while we were in this very large space with very many different people, because no matter where you are, whether you want to understand it or not, you were just neighbors with all these people that you don't know their names. But your energy was all in one space. What do you think? Your biomagnetic energetic fields were pinging. We were pinging. We were all like, ping, 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 ping. We were hitting it. And then we come out. We got a little residual. Everybody stop. It's like an excited state on the periodic table. Or it's like the best jam ever at the club, and they turn it up and you're like, oh, yeah. You just don't know. Your body's just start doing its own thing. Oh, look at her go. Look at him go. Yes, it's called excited state. And as you bring yourself down, as you let the things disperse and you come back into your own grounded state, the norm, things will then easily release and you will come back to your form before all of the neighbors that you had got involved with you and you got involved with them. So they brought some of their rah-rah and you gave some of your peace, be still. You understand, this is the dynamics. Because we are all one, right? We are all one. And that's the reality. Seen and unseen, they always come together to get the job done. Right? And so that's what you're living into. So yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I can be here and not be triggered. I can hear an argument and not feel the need to say, okay, all right, what's going on? You don't need to do that because some of that is not for you. Do what you're told to do. Just obey. Beautiful. When the folks want you to tap in, when God says, okay, speak up, you'll know. Until then, be quiet.